Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another little podcast on the Beach FC, the project Facebook page. It's absolutely great to be back. It's Monday. It's been a great weekend, hasn't it? In terms of football, the girls won, the boys won, the new signings for both teams look absolutely brilliant. We're going to have a little chat about that today. We're going to see what else is going to happen in the next 24 hours in terms of anything incoming. Yeah, a lot to talk about. So as usual, I'm going to have a little look around, see who's here, get some people on, and we're going to get talking. See if we can break the internet again. All right, we got 2 comments on already. Can't actually see them at the moment. Let me see. Yeah, we got Sarah CJ. How are you, darling? Nice to see you, Sarah. Hope you're all right, love. Yeah, I hope everything's all right for you at the moment. I know things are tough, but you know, life sometimes. What can you say? So, guys, come on, come and talk. Let's have a little chat. Um, who's there? Steve Connolly. Has anyone got their Adidas? No, their Penguin shirt this morning? I'll be interested to know if you have. Was it difficult to get hold of? Were all the lines jammed? What was it like? It must have been absolutely mental this morning. John Asquith is coming on saying, up the Blues. Well done, John. Yeah, things seem to be sorting themselves out a little bit now, don't they? Sarah says she's just popping on to say hi. All right, Sarah, love, it's always good to hear from you, darling. Keep in touch. We know you're a busy girl, and I hope everything's good for you and for your dad and for everyone. Just hope you're all right, love. Um, I got dad one and then went back and got mine. Absolutely brilliant. I bet your dad's going to love that. Yeah, I guess you would take. Sarah saying she got a dad one, and also that it took forever to get it. So I can imagine that. It was quite funny actually because we were talking about it in the moderators group the other day. And while we were talking about it, someone put a link up for the Chinese ones. They're out already. What's going on? How do they do that? Absolute joke, isn't it? Um, I must say as well. Yesterday, I saw another Facebook Blues uh, supporters group selling retro kits. You know, like the group itself selling retro kits. Um, you know, I don't know. Listen, what you do in your own site is entirely up to you. It's something we would do. That's absolutely certain. Um, so Saturday was good, wasn't it? Pete's saying it was easier to get bog roll during COVID, by the sound of it. Yeah. Did you get Pete? You're a season ticket. Did you get one? John's saying he got his shirt in the end. They've got it wrong though, letting season ticket holders get 4 without a reference. Worry is they may sell out for the rest of the season ticket holders already on eBay for loads. Yeah, it's really bad when they do that, isn't it? Brian Rumbold is saying, "Oh, you Steve, have a great day." You too, Brian. I haven't seen you for a while, mate. Sarah's coming back saying he doesn't know, so it will be a big surprise. He's not going to pop on here, is he? Nah, it'll be lovely for him to get that. When's it arriving, Sarah? How long does it take? It's crazy, isn't it? You got to say they're so good at marketing, aren't they? You know, they get you lot there, like, you know, there you are. New trainers, new new penguin top. Paul's on. Hey, do Paul? Bloody hell, Paul. We got quite a few people on before you today, which is unusual. I've literally come straight in from work. My back door handle had broken yesterday. My neighbour come round to fix it for me as I got home from work. So I've literally had to come straight on. I've made myself a coffee and come straight on. Sarah's saying it's really poor. I bet it will be next week. Yeah, that's a shame, isn't it? Um, they go on general sale on Thursday. I'm thinking they're not having stock in the shop, are they? I wouldn't think. Obviously, I don't know, but I'm guessing they wouldn't. Otherwise, you just go in the shop and buy one, wouldn't you? You know. 4 each for season ticket holders. I think they're hedging the bets, aren't they? They want to make sure they sell what they've got. I suppose it's safety first. You know, if they sell out, that's better than not being able to sell them, although that was never going to happen. and it depends how much stock they have, doesn't it? I'm guessing they're going to have quite a bit. Also the other thing they've done that I've noticed is they've got a penguin training wear out, like a training shirt and this and that. They're just like the normal stuff except a little bit darker blue. Um, Sarah's saying, and yet I couldn't get them to hold fire on uh, his seat for Leeds because he hadn't been to the cup game. I know that's bad as well, isn't it? Really. Uh, yeah, the thing with the cup games is to get people to go there and they don't think further down the line. Then the people that put all the money out for season tickets. Listen, I'm not saying you're any better supporters than anyone else if you've got a season ticket. In a way, you're not as good if everyone else goes and pays top dollar. But you know, to get, you should get a first offer on a cup game, I think. And of course, you're very privileged if you can afford to buy a season ticket. Dan Garvey saying, "Hi, Steve. Looks like new centre half to, I can't see what it says there, mate. Club owned in Portugal by Greek shipping tycoon who also owns NF and Olympiacos." I don't know who we're talking about. To be honest, I've been out of the loop since early last evening. I was checking my phone today, see if I had anything from any of my contacts about the centre half. Someone mentioned a Newcastle player who'd gone elsewhere, I think. I know we had more or less an American in the net last week, and it just all went tits up. Um, I think he went to another American club, so there you go. Dan Garvey saying, Ria Ava club in northern Portugal. Okay. Uh, oh, Jesus. Sorry, Sarah, just reading Sarah there about when her mum passed away. So sad. Looks like new centre half from. Listen, we'll see what happens, mate. We need something in by tonight. It's going to happen. I know we're going to get someone through the door. I was talking to a couple of people I know. It's going to happen. They've got fingers in a lot of pies at the moment because they have to make sure we get that centre half. We are desperate for that left-sided centre half. We don't really want another right footer if we can help it because, you know, Clara is so much better on the right hand side. I'm not saying that he is an okay on the left, but he can't defend so well on the left, and he's not confident to make the long passes that we know he's capable of, those long cross-field balls. The team on Saturday coming up will be an interesting one. Do you think it's going to be unchanged? Would you change anything in that team on Saturday for when we play at home against Leicester City? Leicester having a hard time with it at the moment. I'm guessing they're going to have a manager in by then, but it doesn't give him much time with the club, does it? So I don't expect Leicester to be any massive threat to us, but you have to be aware that they've got some extremely good quality footballers in the team who can, pull a rabbit out of the hat if required. Let's have a little look at the numbers. Oh, well, we've got 20 comments so far, so we're all right on the comments. I always like to check the comments, of course. Jonathan Panso, 25, played for Cov and Cardiff, left footer, 6'2", 25 years old, very mobile. So, is this the one that we're supposedly signing? This guy, I quite like him actually. I've seen him play, so let's hope that happens. Um, Jason Jason Breaker saying, "I Steve, hope we just don't panic by though, as we really need the left-sided." Well, if you look at the centre back, uh, Jason saying, if you look at the comment above from Dan Garvey, he seems to have more information than I do at the moment. Um, it would look like Jonathan Panso, which I actually think wouldn't be a bad signing. He's 25. You can happily give someone that age a 3-year contract if you're confident about him. Um, Left-sided, so that looks good for me. We have to get someone in anyway, and I don't think it is panic buying, but these things take time and they don't always come. You can spend 3 or 4 weeks going through a deal, and at the end it can crash, and then you're left with your pants down. Brian Rumbold is saying, "Hi Steve, I'm an old fan. Uh, I've no idea about IT stuff, but at 84 I find it hard to keep it. But it's great to listen to you and the callers. Thank you very much, Brian. We do the podcast that we put on live every we do it live every Sunday morning on Zoom, and we put that into the group which we put in yesterday. It's like a load of old codgers talking about football and then going off on about other stuff as well, but it's all right. It's a good laugh. We enjoy it, and it actually gets really good views from on YouTube. So if you can't come and join us live, Bri, have a little look in the group on Sundays, and you'll see that live one is put in there. You just click it takes you straight to YouTube. Paul James saying his name is strongly being touted on SHA. Jonathan Panzo, you're talking about. Yeah, like I said, I honestly don't know. I haven't even had a chance to look at my phone since I come in, so I'm hoping that this is going to be on there at some point. We've had to delay revealing our new centre half until they can source a Penguin shirt to persuade him in, and a pair of trainers. Look, here's my favourite girl, my little surrogate daughter this is. How you doing, Bex? You all right, love? She looks after me. She looks after all of us, Bex. She's absolutely lovely, look. How are you, darling? Good afternoon, Beck. Saying afternoon, boss. I like that. Paul James, yes, Steve. Yeah, so that looks good, mate, then. Usually, listen, I'm a fan of SHA, always have been. And when I first set this group up, I sort of wanted to loosely base it around SHA. And in all honesty, I don't think we're a million miles away from it. It is different, obviously, it's a Facebook group, it's not a web page. But I like, I still, a lot of crap doesn't come out of there. Usually if something goes on there, they're not far wrong. So I fancy Jonathan Panzer. That is going to be a good signing, guys. I'm well chuffed with that. Lee Harvey saying, how you doing, Steve? And everyone else. Good afternoon, Lee. So hopefully we've got our left-sided centre half. Let's see him in a shirt later on. And you never know, they might just sign someone else from there. Not that I haven't heard anything, honestly, but I think we've done all right. This transfer window has been absolutely brilliant. We've actually, got all of them except for Wagner and Panso, because I just haven't been around today, and you had to be around today to get that. But it doesn't matter, because the main thing is that we're signing so much. Not a competition, sort of is a little bit, but not. You know what I mean? It's not really. And what did we think about Saturday? Who was you most impressed with? Would you keep the same team? If you wouldn't, what would you do? Who would you change? I don't think anyone had a bad game. I was actually making the point during the game that, and you know what happens, don't you? I was saying, like Dux has been quiet today again. He's been a little bit bullied a bit by those centre halves. Fucking 2 seconds later he scores, doesn't he? So you can't have a knock at Dux really. 5 goals in 6 games, you can't. And he did. His presence isn't very well felt. Like when Priska came on, straight away you've seen the centre halves being bashed around a bit. And for the goal, a second goal, he held them off absolutely brilliant, didn't he? The lad's young, but he's strong. He doesn't care. He got in amongst them. He held them off, got the ball to Vicente, and he wasn't a back heel. He rolled it back with his studs. Absolutely brilliant. And he's seen him coming. I've seen him look. Mick Grew saying, don't know much about this centre half, Panzo, but I still think we need an experienced defensive midfielder. We've got an experienced defensive midfielder, mate. We've got a few. We've got Iwata, we've got Paik, and we have John Solis. Now you might say John Solis is inexperienced. He's experienced. He's had 2 seasons in La Liga. That's like 2 seasons in the Premier League. John Solis is a wonderful player. Great defensive mid. He made all the difference to us, Mick, on Saturday. Completely changed the way we look, I think. Lee saying Solis, pure class. He is, Lee, absolutely is. And I love the way the fans took to him straight away. But didn't it make our game different? He sort of took a lot of pressure off Pake. So Pake hasn't got to do any more of that, like fetching and carrying and putting his foot in. Pake can concentrate on what he's good at, playing the ball out from the back four. And what Solis does is take it off the back four, give it to someone, or he goes in and wins it, he bashes people up. You've got to love him. Paul James only bother with ours and SHA. Everything else, waste of space. Yeah, I have to agree, Paul. I would say that, wouldn't I? But, I agree with you, mate. Us and SHA, yeah. I go on to SHA, but I don't do it often because I haven't got enough time. But I do like to go and have a little look, put the odd comment in. Um, Actually, what's his name? Dan Ivory said that there was no way that Carlos Vicente was coming. I already knew he was coming. I put a thing in there, and then he had to go and apologise. We'd already put it out here in the group, fucking day before, 2 days before. I mean, we knew about Vicente early on, which was brilliant. I'm not like, listen, he doesn't like to be wrong, Dan Ivory. Uh, Jerry Kane says we need to find out now which our best side is and who we start with. I don't know if we do, is that Jenny or Jerry? I'm sorry, mate, I've got my lenses playing up a bit today. Lee Harvey right back. Uh, We'll be leaving as well. Rumour Scott, right? Yeah, it could be. He's under contract. He's one of those Scott Wrights. I think it's a bit like Kanya, probably like Kyogo as well. If the right deal comes in for them today, I think they leave. Willem Williamson went yesterday. We announced it in the group on Friday morning, and that's I think that's. It's good for him. It's good for us. It's been absolutely brilliant for us, Williamson. So, good luck, son. I hope you do all right there. But the back, I don't know. I don't think, who was it that said it about having to find out our best side? I think we can mix it up, Mick Greaves, okay, sorry. Emily's on. Look, good afternoon, Steve. How you doing, darling? I hope you're all right, Ems. Um, because I think what Chris Davis tends to do is a lot of in-game rotation. So, a player plays for 60 minutes, one plays for 30. So it isn't like he plays one game, he doesn't play the next game. And that works quite well with our style of play because we press. There's a lot of energy expended on the pitch. So that works. But, so what would you go with someone big away from home, perhaps Priscat away from home, Ducks at home, although Ducks tend to score more goals away from home. Where would Stansfield figure in all this? If Prisca plays up top, then where does Stansfield play and where does Ducks play? Or is Ducks dropped and Stansfield plays behind Prisca? I don't know. I'll be saying some people going mad they can't buy 4 penguin traps already. Seen on Facebook selling on. Oh no, that's an absolute joke. Selling for how much? 515 quid. You've got to be mental if you pay that. The thing is that you can buy 4 if you've got a season ticket, I believe. Steve McGuire is saying afternoon to me. Afternoon, Steve. How you doing, mate? Nice to see you, Stevie. Paz, I hope you're good. Result the weekend was perfect. Weekend patient game. Shit on the Villa. I love Paz. He always says that. It's like his motto, Paz. His signature. He doesn't sign anything. He just writes shit on the Villa. Lovely signature. How you doing, Paz? I hope you're all right, mate. Give my love to the missus and Harrison, won't you? Lee Harvey should be 1 per person. Well, I think I was saying we was talking about it earlier, Lee. I think what the club have done there is they've hedged the bets. If they sell 4 to every season ticket holder, and they've worked out like we've got like 20,000, let's say, just off the top of my head, season ticket holders. If they've got 80,000 shirts, they're safe. They probably haven't got anywhere near that, but they can get them manufactured. Now the problem is that's them being safe to make sure they sell the shirts they have. because we're coming towards the end of the season. So it's not like you've got a whole season to sell them. So what they're probably doing is just being safe. You know, they want to sell them. And I mean, listen, you could be, couldn't you? You're a season ticket holder. You buy four, you have one yourself, you put three on eBay. It ain't really the best thing to do, is it? But I've no doubt it's going to go on. I'm pretty sure we won't be selling them on our selling page. Um, yeah, it is greedy, mate. But people, you know, it's the nature of the beast, and it people are greedy. Um, like, honestly, like Beck said to me, I'll buy you a shirt, Steve. I'll buy you a penguin. I mean, how kind of her. But you know something, honestly, like, you know, I want one. I never wear a shirt other than on here, or if I like go to a match in a pub or something. But I never, I don't wear the club shirts, and it is nice. But I can look at one anytime I want. Just you know, go on the site and have a look. It is great to have the shirts, of course it is, and that particular shirt, which is iconic. I do like it as well. I like the way they've kept all the sponsors in white, which is good. I quite like the fact uh, that it does look a little bit like the original. I didn't like the one that Stevie Bruce's team played in, the one where Brucey was captain. I didn't like that shirt. It was funny material, and it just didn't look right with the badges on it. But this one is a slightly darker blue as well, I think. Uh, Mick Greaves is saying, I think Beadle is getting more confident. Mike Beadle is absolutely at the top of his game. I've never had an issue with Beadle at all. Um, there's no way he loses his place now. After Saturday, you know, like someone said to me, who's your man of the match? And I was like, straight away, I said Beagle, and then afterwards I thought, you know what, he did have a really good game, but actually there were other players that were, you know, I mean, who else played well? You take your pick. Osman and Solis seemed to be the two that, you know, everyone was going for. But, you know, there was a lot of contenders for that man of the match. Um, Paul James saying, meant to be on general sale in the shop Thursday if stock left. It's on BCFC. I don't think. I mean, how much stock can they hold in the shop? That's the thing. Online is the way to do it, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Emily's saying what a great January. It's been absolutely brilliant for the ladies and the men, hasn't it? Em put a nice piece in the group yesterday about the ladies over the last month, and they've been brilliant. I mean, yesterday they score for fun, don't they? Another five yesterday against Forest, and Forest are one of the better teams in that WSL2. We're going up. You know, wouldn't it be great if we got a double promotion? I was saying it in the close season. That's what we're going to do. I was like being really optimistic, but I don't know. Looking at it now, it's possible, isn't it? Lee saying he's not buying it. I'm not buying it. My son don't want it. Training top looks better. Yeah, but I mean, why don't you just buy one of the normal training tops? Because I think the training tops are going to be more expensive anyway. Season's coming towards its end now. I think some of the stuff will be going on sale, or you know, the training top's all right, but it's no different to a normal training top, is it? Really, it ain't got like it's not a penguin or nothing, you know. Unless perhaps I'm just getting a bit old, long in the tooth to think about. Uh, I don't know. You know, I just wonder what the requirement is to have the shirt. You know, I mean, why do you have to have it? It's nice, you know. It's out there that your team playing it. We're going to be playing it against Leeds. That's going to be brilliant, and I can't wait to see them come out in that shirt. I honestly can't. Yeah, the other one for man of the match, of course, was Kai Wagner, who or Kai Wagner, as he's German. Um, But the interview with Osman was interesting when they spoke to Ibrahim Osman, and he said how much Kai Wagner had helped him on the pitch, telling him where to go, telling him the runs to make. You know, because obviously Wagner plays with him down the left. Those two are going to be really good down that left-hand side. Absolutely love it. What happens when Dimmy comes back? She. Paul James saying, I get one for my grandson, but no rush. Yeah, there's no rush, mate, is there? Lee saying, true Steve, don't like the penguin top. I mean, I like the penguin top, but there's ones I prefer. My favourite shirt is the short-sleeved Adidas, uh, the Tarantini shirt. Uh, Really, really nice shirt. There's like a silky one, wasn't there? And the other one I like is the white away one with the blue seams on it. The blue one was in reverse. But I absolutely love that one as well with the badge right in the middle. I think as well, to be honest, what they missed out on with that one, the current Penguin one that's going out there, is I think they should have had the old badge on it, the one that was around. So that would be that one. I think that badge in the middle of that shirt in the centre would have looked absolutely mint. It is nice I've kept it clean. I do like that, but that badge is the one for that shirt, I think. But the world global football is iconic, isn't it? Jeez, what a mad day. Um, so Leicester City, what do we think? They've done us up there earlier in the season. We got caught out early, didn't we, by Fatawu. Um, I think he sold Pike, didn't he? Just beat Pike. He's an extremely good footballer. But that's what we have to be careful of, because whether you like them or not, they have some extremely good players. Mick Greaves is saying my first game of Blues in '79, Blues 3, Fulham nil. Blues 3, Fulham. I remember that one, mate. Now I've got my five nephews down the Blues and their kids. That game was an absolute nightmare, wasn't it? In fact, you know what? I think that was the opening game of the season, and was that Alan Kirbishley's debut? I think it was. I remember that one, absolutely awful. So that definitely was Kirbish's debut. We just signed him from West Ham, and half time I was thinking, oh, this is looking great. Kirbysh will love it here. Fucking hell, I spoke too soon. Sean Bulldog's here. How you doing, son? Un- Unjustly so, though, Steve. Probably one of our better games, Leicester. We played quite well, and I was talking to someone about the Bristol City game the other day as well. I was glad Bristol City got battered by Derby the other day, because when they played us, remember, they played the low block at home and they beat us 1-0, I think. They didn't deserve to. That's a game we would absolutely destroy them on now. Graham Parrish is here. How you doing, Gray? I love that family, the Parishes are lovely. Nice to see you, mate. I hope everything's good with you, Gray. Mick Greaves is giving me a yes. I'm not quite sure what to. Yeah, it was the first game of the season, that's it. Yeah, I remember it, mate. I remember that game quite well. I was on the cop. Um, we have some pretty interesting games with Fulham over the years. The other famous one, of course, was a bit earlier than that, when we played Fulham at St Andrews and beat them 5-4, when Jimmy Greenough scored four and missed a penalty, hit the post with a penalty. But yeah, Fulham, there we go. Oh, look, Paz is saying hello to his dad. Paz, you forgot to put shit on the Villa at the end of your message, mate. Probably don't say it to his dad. I don't know. I'd say it to my dad, because my dad was a Villa fan. It's a long story, but that's what happened. Uh, Mick Gray saying, me too. Oh, the smelly toilets. Yeah. Well, most toilets are smelly, but they were particularly smelly. But I think Blues are missing out on a trick here. As selling something to sell in the club shop, they could have, like, well done, Paz, he's put it on. Like either, like a car air freshener thing, or like a scratch and sniff card or something. So when you're in the new cop, I mean, I know it's not new anymore, just to bring back the memories during the game, you can just scratch it and it just smells of damp and wee. Oh, God, takes me back. Oh, would be lovely, wouldn't it? Or in your car driving to the game, getting ready for the match, put your air freshener up. Oh, lovely, like eau de toilette. Is it a good idea? Um, yeah, so we've got to be ready for Leicester, and Solis is absolutely definite for me. It's nailed on, and I do think as well now. I did pick him in my team last week, Paik and Solis together, and I think that's how it should stay because Solis has released Paik to play his more slightly defensive game than Doyle. Doyle hasn't got. He's not strong. He's not like bodily strong. So are we going to? You know, it works perfectly with Solis and Paik. With Doyle, Solis might have someone by him who isn't quite strong enough, and then if we're going to play Doyle, then where do we play him? Because we know those front positions are absolutely loaded. We've got Patrick Roberts. Is he going to start on Saturday, or is Vicente going to start? I know people are going to talk about the Patrick Roberts loan. I'm still thinking it might go through. If it does, absolutely fantastic. If it doesn't, what's going to happen? That tells me then that someone's thinking about something. So if that's happening and it's us wondering, do we need to sign him, then it would probably make sense to play Vicente wide right and have Patrick Roberts off the bench. Um, on the left, Osman has done everything to keep that shirt this week. Uh, and then, you know, what do we do? Um, do we play Dox? He scored. Do we play Priska? And if we play Dux or Priska, who plays behind them? Because of course you could play Priska and have Dux behind him, and then Stansfield will lose out. Or do you play Priska with Stansfield behind him and Dux is on the bench? Because you're on the bench, it doesn't mean that you've been missed out. It just means you're on the bench. You know, you're going to come on after an hour. I personally think Priska at the moment probably will be saved until the last half hour of games just to get him up to speed. I'm not sure about Vicente. Vicente needs. I mean, listen, Priska has come out of a pre-season in Sweden, where Vicente has come out of half a season in La Liga, like Solis has. You know, it's like having two players just coming straight from Premier League teams straight into our team. You can see, well, both of them, they've got that extra little bit of quality, haven't they, that we've been lacking. I'm so excited by these players, and Panzer, I think, is going to be a nice addition if he comes in. It's all looking good, isn't it? You know, everything's dead positive at the moment. What can you say? Anybody want to talk to me? Come and say hello. We're a little bit low on the comments at the moment, but last week it went mad in the second half of the. We've got 60 at the moment, and then suddenly it just goes bang. We did actually run out of comments on Friday. I think it was Friday. So yeah, let's get some comments in. Anything you want to talk about, any of the players, any questions you have to ask me. What do we think of the way we set up on Saturday against Oxford? It was the usual 4-2-3-1, despite lots of people saying it was going to be different. Emily's saying I'm absolutely buzzing about this half of the season. About it's jumping around. Anyone seen this centre-back play that may be signing today? Graham, have a look at him online. He played for Coventry City some time ago. He's a nice centre-half. Brian Rumble, I think two players who I doubts about, but for have showed has given I don't know which two. You're talking about Neumann and, I don't know about Beagle. I think he's been good all the time. Neumann has his moments. Yeah, let me just have a little find what M said. Oh, M said, I'm absolutely buzzing about the season coming up. Our squad is looking superb. It really is. We have got such a strong squad. I think we could name two teams, you know, when Laird's back and when we have Dimmy back and one or two others, you know, Buchanan's come back. Steve Maguire saying great problem to have. It absolutely is, isn't it, mate? Absolutely brilliant. We're not, we've been struggling before, haven't we? Lasales is signing for Leicester. I'm glad. I didn't want him. I don't think it was ever going to happen. I heard nothing about it, and I think if it had been going on for that long, I would have heard about it. I heard about the American. I didn't hear about him. I don't think that was going to happen. Also, I think he's just recovered from an ACL. Um, I'm glad that hasn't happened. I'm not, good luck to the lad, but I'm glad. I would rather go with Panzer. I think once he settles, he'll be fine. Paul James, have they appointed a new manager yet? I don't think they have, Paul. They're going to make sure they get it right. Paz is saying he thought Oxford was poor. Maybe we just made them look bad. I think we did, mate, to be honest. They did start with that low block in the back five, although they started really well the first 10 minutes. But I just think we controlled the game. We didn't give them a chance to get in there. And I think, had that been us normally without Solis in the team, we would have been bogged down in the middle of the park. But it didn't happen because Solis was there. He absolutely managed everything, didn't he? He was the general, in front of that back four. What a player, and I mean, you can see how popular he is with the fans straight away, singing his name, and everything else. Just absolutely brilliant. I can't remember what the song was now, but I'm sure you know it. I heard it a few times, keep forgetting it. But I was singing it as I went to bed last night. I think I was. Um, yeah, so I think definitely we need Solis to stay in that position with Pake. Let's get them used to each other. Uh, it's something that we need to have. Emily is saying Solis is exactly what we needed. He absolutely is. What a great signing that was, and that come out of nowhere. He was mentioned when the Swedish geezer was mentioned ages ago. And we actually made the point in the group, if you go back and have a look, of saying Solis will happen, the Swede won't, and the Swede didn't, and Solis did. We got to listen. We got to do a little bit of boasting when we can. We very rarely get anything wrong. But having said that, we don't say that much. So if you go out there and tell and put out there that we're signing 30 players and two of them come off, then you're just literally putting out everything that anyone says. Can't do that. I like it to be right, and I think that's why people trust us in what we say. Paul James saying, um, Big John, Patrick Vieira. Yeah, something, mate. What a great comment that is. Very, very similar, Obviously, he's not French, um, but he's a big lad, and I love that Colombian way of spelling John. You actually didn't use it there, Paul, but it's John, Jhon. You think, did his parents get his name wrong on his birth certificate? Nah, that's the way the Colombians spell it. Um, I think what's the Villa? John Duran was the same at Villa, wasn't he, till he got his head together and tough. Yeah, Jhon, John Duran, John Solis. It's a funny name, August though, isn't it? August Priska. I wonder what his birthday could be in August. I don't know. I'll have to check that out and see. But going forward, we look better, don't we, now? I mean, that goal, oh, Jesus, that second goal was just absolutely wonderful, wasn't it? Wagner, well, it was Dox to Wagner. Wagner went down the line, put the ball in. Priska, with two centre-halves on him, got the ball out of his feet. He had Vicente coming towards him. Vicente picked the ball up, two touches, looked a little bit to his left, rolled the ball under his foot, and Dux did the rest. Great finish, I mean, what an absolutely great goal. Andy Wood saying, I all have just got in. Have we done this one? Blues have reportedly agreed a deal to sign Jonathan Panzer. I believe, from what I've just heard, that is going to happen. So let's hang on. I would say that's going to happen. Steve Donnelly saying March 2024, Priska was born. March? God, why is he called August? Steve, why is he called August? Can't have chosen that name, can they? Might be a popular name in Denmark, or I think he's Danish, isn't he? Danish under 23, I think. All right, who am I to know? August was born in March. It's fucking confusing, that, isn't it? Uh, I wonder what date. I'm just thinking, could it be Paddy's Day? So 2004. Oh, he's only 22 this year. 22 next month. Fantastic. Yeah, what a great side news as well. I think you can't tell yet. You know, we've played two games or one game with them, but if Saturday's anything to go on, it'll be interesting to see how teams respond to us now. What will they do? Are they going to put men behind the ball? They won't with 23rd of March. It's not Paddy's Day then, Steve. Are they going to put men behind the ball? Teams going to try and battle with us in the middle of the park. Uh, right backs throughout the country. I'm just going to give you a little warning now. You haven't met Ibrahim Osman yet. Unless you are extremely quick and have your wits about you, you're going to have a nightmare. Because what I love about this kid is he goes round the outside, doesn't he? He don't give a shit. When he went, I forget the Oxford, who was it? Was there a goal scorer, I think? Not the goal scorer, the one who almost scored, Pierre Summer. He tried to cut him off. He went outside of him, and he just went through, didn't he? And I was listening to it on Oxford. I was listening to it with an Oxford commentary, and they were going, "Oh, you know, that's right. He never touched him." Fucking like, you know. Meanwhile, Osman's in row Z. Then they take the free kick, of course. They don't take it right on the byline. They bring it in. Oh, they were going mental. They were like, "Well, that should never be. That should never stand that goal. They should have took it on the byline." But they were saying nice stuff about us, and we did play some lovely football. Um, Paul James said, if anyone moans about this TW there on the Blue Nose, absolutely, mate, definitely. Um, but you know, we know our supporters, don't we? It's like Beagle now. Everyone's gone quiet on slating Beagle because he's played out of his skin recently. But the second he makes a mistake, it'll be, oh, it's absolutely fucking. You know what they're like? They're absolute nightmares. I don't know. I don't know where these fans have come from. It's a new sort of entitled fan that we have now that thinks, you know, that anyone, and of course they don't even understand what they're talking about half the time. Someone was saying, I swear to this, I've seen it in another group, I've just done a little look through, and someone was saying, what's this Solis? He's absolutely shit. I mean, if you think John Solis had a bad game on Saturday, you should go and watch hockey or something, because football's not your sport. You just do not understand it. Paul saying, oh, sorry, mate, I'm not that clever, Paul. No one can complain about his transfer window, although give it time. I'm sure we'll get a few that aren't that happy with it, but I think it's been an excellent transfer window. We haven't made a bad sign, have we? I don't think. Um, Even some of the ones that weren't, you know, like I had my doubts about Ducks and about Neumann. Still do a little bit, but you know they're coming. I think the more they play in the English game, the better they'll get. Kai Wagner has been absolutely brilliant. Kyogo obviously has been a disappointment, and Kanya. Uh, you see, like Asai Samuel, he's good to have him around, like on Saturday when he Iwata. I'm not sure what happened. Was it? I know what it is. I can't think what it was. Is it a back? Was it his lower back or something? But anyway, Asai Samuel comes on. This is what's great about having a strong squad. Um, you know, what happens when Ethan Laird comes back? What happens when Dimmy comes back? I mean, that team is going to be. Imagine, for instance, you know, like you've got, I don't know, Ethan Laird at right back, and then off he goes, and Iwata comes on. Imagine having Buchanan at left back, and off he goes. And I'm only saying these, by the way. Wagner comes on. Imagine having Paddy Roberts on the right wing, and he goes off after destroying a fullback for an hour, and on comes Vicente. Imagine having Dimmy on the left, and he goes off, and on comes Ibrahim Osman. Imagine having to battle with Priska for an hour, and he goes off and Dux comes on. This is scary stuff, isn't it? Dave Pegg, sorry I'm late, Steve. Have I missed anything? Well, you missed like 40, 45 minutes, Dave, but it don't matter, mate. You did your best. You're here. You're always here, Dave. You're a good lad. How's the plantar fasciitis, son? I hope it feels a bit better for you today. Dave was on with us yesterday morning. He's got plantar fasciitis. If anyone's had that, they'll know how painful it is. It's not a nice thing. Um, yeah, so as I was saying, that squad, that depth in the squad is absolutely brilliant. You know, so we could carry on further, couldn't we? You know, we've got Doyle, who didn't play at the weekend. Um, Scott Wright, who didn't play. You're going to tell me some more, aren't you? You know, I was going to say Williamson, but it's gone, of course. Williamson went, yes, well, he went on Saturday morning. So, you know, we have got an extremely big, very, very capable squad. Dave Pegg is limping. That's why he's late. He had to limp a long way. I hope you feel better, Dave. Our mate Clive's in for his jaw operation tomorrow. You know the one who had he had cancer in his jaw, and he had bones taken out of his legs to rebuild his jaw. And he's going in tomorrow to have some more work done and to hopefully have his teeth fitted. He's had his teeth in a jar for about a year. I'm not joking about this. I made the teeth. And so tomorrow, Tuesday, he's going in to have it all done. So fingers crossed, Clive, we're thinking about you, mate. We love you, and we hope everything goes well for you, son. And you'll be able to talk to us in future without spitting at us. Be easy to drink your cider as well. Um, yeah, so something else you might have had a look at, and I'm saying this because I won it. What we do on Saturdays now, Emma Palmer puts out a score predictions for our division every Saturday with the Tuesday or midweek games on it as well. And we did it the weekend, and I won. I got it's 4 out of 6 or I don't know, like I won it. Can you believe that? You don't win nothing except you can just say that you won it. But we might try and make some kind of little prize for the winner now that it looks like I might win it every week. So we'll try and do that. Yeah, I got the blue score right at 2-0. We did really well to keep another clean sheet. And of course, scoring 2 at Oxford is no mean feat. Not many teams have done that. They are extremely miserly at home. Of course, they had Gary Rowett there before. The manager now, I think, tends to mix it up a little bit more. What I like to see when they went a goal down to us on Saturday is they did actually change their formation and try and come at us a little bit. That cost them, you know, because we just footballed them to death in the end, didn't we? But yeah, but absolutely brilliant. Great, you know, absolutely great weekend. Girls winning 5-1, and Lordstrom scored a hat trick for the ladies in her debut. So Amy Merrick's looking happy. So she's looking happy at the end of the season because I think a lot rests on this Blues ladies team going up. I think they will, and I think the men. If we're getting the, you know, honestly, I'll be happy if we get into the playoffs. I will, and if we don't win the playoffs, then we don't win the playoffs. I think if we do that, then I think Chris Davis has done everything we can ask of him. But who's going to bet against us in the playoffs when we've got a team like this? You know, we have got players that just. I mean, I can just see us going on a massive run now, and I'm probably saying that now and getting, you know, putting the kiss of death on us. You know, we might go and lose on Saturday, lose against the Albion, but you can't see, can you? I mean, we look so controlled. And I know it was Oxford, but Oxford had a really good run lately. They beat Leicester 2-0 away the week before. I think they were unbeaten in 4 or 5 or something. You know, we're looking good. Right there, we got up to 50 minutes. We can't have long left, many left on the comments. We've got not 21 comments left, but that don't matter. If we've run out of stuff to say, it looks like we've got a little bit quiet on the talking front. I think we can probably wind it up, have a little look to see what happens on the transfer front today. If Panzer comes in and who knows, could be someone else, then that would be an absolute icing on the cake. We need this left-sided centre half. Dan Garvey saying, must mention the ladies. Great result yesterday against Forest. Forest had made very big signings and we're much better than the 5-1 scoreline suggests. We're absolutely brilliant, weren't we? And our new signings there are absolutely brilliant. Bookings-wise, Stansfield has 8. So he's got 2 more, Dave. Listen, it's one of those things, he got booked. I don't think when he got booked against Oxford, I don't think that was a deserved booking, but I think what the ref had done was he got sick of Stansfield, he's one of them in his stand, he'd give it that all the time, and I think the ref got fed up with it and booked him, but that little push, off the ball, that was nothing. I mean, I don't know why he booked him for that, I really don't. Refs are just so inconsistent, aren't they? All right, then. So we've had 51 minutes, 52 minutes, sort of like same sort of length that we normally have. It's been really nice talking to you guys. I think I'm going to come on Wednesday. We'll let the new signings bed in for a day. We'll have a little look at what we think on Wednesday. We'll see how the sale of the we'll see how the sale of the shirts goes. I'll be interested to see that. Dave Peck saying 2 more in 7 games. It's a 2-match suspension, but we now have other options. We definitely do. Paz is saying it comes from Colombia. It's going to murder you. Shit on the Villa. Catch up soon. Need to do some graft. Have a great day, son. And he does come from Colombia. And I'll catch you later. Richard Lawton saying, good afternoon, Steve. Only seen part of Saturday's game as I was working on Saturday. Yeah, you can, of course you can see, you can go and watch it on catch up or whatever. I'm sure it's somewhere, the highlights are there so you can see that. But yeah, they played really, really well, Richard, absolutely brilliant. Yeah, you can ask about central half. Jonathan Panzer, I've heard, is signing from, I forget the name of the team, but where's that team? Is in Colombia. Used to play for Coventry City. I remember him. So I think that's going to be fine, Richard. That'll be a good signing. Another Spanish speaker, I would think. And of course, our team now. Jesus, we ain't got many Brits in the team, put it that way. No, nothing wrong with that. I think Spanish should probably be the most widely spoken language in the club soon. But yeah, I think that's going to be happening later on today. So let's see if we get that over the line. I think we will. So we'll look out for that. It's exciting times when you're waiting for new signings to come, to be announced. And Blues always do it in a good way, don't they? They give you a few little teasers usually or whatever. But it's a good way to do things. Where can Richard watch the game? How did Solis do? Mate, Solis was man of the match. Absolutely brilliant, Dan. You've got to watch the highlights, mate. You can watch them on YouTube. Go on YouTube and watch the highlights on the Blues channel. The highlights are good on here, and you'll see how good John Solis was. And just have a look at that second goal, mate. Honestly, that second goal was just magic. Just such a goal, It's funny because the EFL team of the day, I think, only had 1 Blues player in it, and that was Beadle, when you would have to think Solis would have been in it. The others, everyone played really well, but I don't think anyone was like, I don't know, who else would you have put in that team? But definitely Solis, definitely Beadle. Bex is putting some funny, I don't know what them faces mean, Bex with the green on the top. Perhaps you can let us know. Richard saying, love this. Is it 3 or 4 so far? Signings in this window, it's 5. It'll be 6 if we make Panzer the 6th one. So that's really good, isn't it? Richard Lord is saying, "What's up, Bex? What's the matter with her? What's up, my love? Let us know, Bex." Poor old Bex, she's got green. I don't. Is she poorly or something? But I always think the green comes out the bottom when you're not feeling good. I don't know what it means when the green comes out the top, unless you put them on upside down. I don't even think you can do that. Um, I'm intrigued now. Bex, come and tell us what's up, love. We're all upset. We're all anticipating something horrible, and we hope it's not anything horrible. Daniel Garvey and the echo signs for Coventry. They need it, don't they? They're desperate. Coventry on the last legs. Williamson gone. I told you that the other day, son. The ghost has left the building. Listen, he had a good season for us last season. I wish he had all the best. Lee, yeah, we put it in the group on Friday morning that Williamson had gone. Um, of course, it takes a few days for the team, for the club to announce it and put it in when they think they need to put it in. And good luck to him. He's gone back to I think he's gone. I'm not quite sure where he's gone. Sweden or Norway or something. Richard saying, "What a great window for us. Well done to uh, Tom and Craig and people." Yeah, I mean, Mike Rigg and all of those people that look at who we're bringing in, and of course the boss, um, the gaffer obviously has a say in it. So those players are going to be put to the boss. He's probably been involved in selection anyway. And then do we want them? We're we're going down the road of signing players that are coming from the Spanish La Liga, then we are looking at a serious footballing team. Forget anything about the long ball and all this business. And the thing with Prisca, I know people are saying, "Oh, he's great like for the high crosses and heading the ball home." That's not his game. He's a much better player than that, and I like that. But the thing is, he's big and he can head the ball. Um, Liava says, "Dreadful Steve, couldn't head for start, goes missing games." Yeah, I mean, we all have our opinion of him. I think he was good last season, Lee. He hasn't been great this season, but the lad always gives 100%. I think he scored, I don't know, 9 goals and 7 assists last season, something like that. But, he's fine. And he wasn't bought to head the ball. I know he's big, but I've got to stick up for him a little bit. Um, I don't like players to go to leave the Blues. You see everywhere else when people leave, they go, "Hey, shit," and all this. But you have to sometimes think, you know what? He didn't pick himself. Chris Davis picked him. Richard's saying, "Is that us done, Steve? Have you heard any more?" I haven't heard anything. I haven't been around today, so I haven't had my finger on the pulse. There is an opportunity that an unexpected something might happen. But I think all the attention has been on the centre half over the last 5 or 6 days because the one that was coming in, something went wrong with that. I'm really at liberty to, I'll tell you, but it went wrong and he went elsewhere. So I think this could work out even better for us. He's a player that's got British experience where the American didn't have. And for the American went to another American team, so it's a little lack of ambition as well, I think. But so we don't know what the deal was. We never do. We don't know what the finances of it. If anyone tells you we paid this and that and the other, turn on notice because no one honestly knows, and that's the truth. Um, and neither should they. There's no way of finding out unless you know a player and he tells you, or you know an agent and he tells you, and then fair enough. Um, 99 comments and the bitch ain't one. 99 comments and the bitch ain't one. Well, remember that song? I like that. 99 problems. I ain't saying it again. Uh, Graham Parish, 6 o'clock. What 6 o'clock, Gray? The transfer window closed. Yeah. I thought it closed on the second, to be honest, but perhaps I'm wrong. What do I know? So we've had a good one today. We've hit the 100, exactly 100. Graham got the 100th comment in, so we could well get just like cut off any minute. We don't get cut off like that anymore. What happens is Facebook stop you making more comments because they think 100 comments in an hour is enough. I don't know, like, I don't know why. We do sometimes go over that. We get like, I think the other day, Tuesday or Wednesday, we got 116, 120 before they cut us off. So it might just be a bit hit and miss. So thank you for joining me today. It's been lovely talking to you again. I hope you've enjoyed it too. Nice to talk about, nice to just have that positive vibe again, instead of people asking us questions about, is Davis going and all this, which was never going to happen. Um, it's nice just for everyone to be together on it, and it was lovely to see Chris Davis looking more relaxed as well. Now he's got the dressing room sorted out, and we started to play football, and we got the new guys through the door. Just everything is cool at the moment, isn't it? So let's hopefully keep it that way. Um, we'll be on again on Wednesday, I think, on this live, unless anything crazy happens before that, and I could come on tomorrow, maybe. Um, but it's been absolutely great talking to you, and I still haven't heard back from Bex. I'm in suspenders now, not literally. Although it could be, you don't know. All right, guys. 1 hour, 1 minute, 30 odd seconds. Thank you so much for being with me today. Absolutely love it. Always do. We'll be putting this into the group later. So if anybody knows anybody that wants to watch it or something, just tell them they can come and watch us. It's just a little click through to YouTube and you can watch us there. But thank you so much for joining me. Thanks for being such a brilliant group. We are so proud of our members. When we were wishing Bradley Peacock Farrell well in the week, I hope everything goes right for him. No one come on and gave him shit. And you know what? Looked in the other groups, they absolutely slaughtered the kid. I don't know what's the matter with some people. But anyway, thanks again for joining me today. It's been another one on the project in your community, of course. And we'll speak to you very soon, guys. Thank you very much. I got the arm right this time. Look. Keep right on. Thanks, guys. All the best.